How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now, and I really appreciate you taking your time tuning into my video. This is fantastic news. We don't want to count our chickens before they're hatched, but it seems like the ATF pistol brace rule is on the brink of defeat. Yesterday, the three-judge panel of the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the ATF is likely to lose when the lawsuits challenging their pistol brace ban are fully heard and left the injunctions blocking enforcement in place. A number of injunctions have been issued by lower courts, in effect agreeing that the plaintiffs are likely to prevail on the merits. Here's just a little bit from the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling. This suit challenging the ATF pistol brace. Under the final rule, it is nigh impossible for a regular citizen to determine what constitutes a braced pistol. And outside the 60 contemporaneous adjudications that the ATF released, whether a specified braced pistol requires NFA registration, various AR pistols without a recognizable brace may fall into the strictures of the final rule. Such an owner may not be on notice that his firearm is subject to criminal penalties without registration, nor does the ATF bother to clarify the matter. The agency maintains that its six-factor test objectively assesses design features common to rifles, but it simultaneously declares that the object criteria given to assess certain factors are not themselves determinative, and that adjudications are made on a case-to-case basis. Predictability, then. The six-part test provides no meaningful clarity about what constitutes an impermissible stabilizing brace. The ATF did not provide explanations with its contemporaneous adjudications that certain weapons and platforms with stabilizing braces were SBRs under the final rule, nor did the ATF provide a single example for a stabilizing brace with a handgun that would be more permitted under the final rule. Nor is the final rule even logically coextensive with the examples provided in the proposed rule. That, of course, was intentional on the part of the ATF. Examples lead to clarity, and clarity means the agency doesn't have wide latitude. It likes to wield when, how, and against whom they enforce their regulations. So to sum everything up, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled in Mock versus Garland, finding that the Firearm Policy Coalition are likely to win on their merits on their lawsuit challenging ATF's pistol brace rule. The Fifth Circuit also remanded the lawsuit back to the District Court with instructions to reconsider the other preliminary injunction factors. Within 60 days, the ATF incorrectly maintains that the final rule is merely interpretive, not legislative, thus not subject to the legislative outgrowth test, wrote Judge Smith in the court's opinion. The final rule affects individual rights, and it speaks with the force of law, and significantly implicates private interests. Thus, it is legislative in character. Then, because the final rule bears almost no resemblance of the manner or kind to the proposed rule, the final rule fails the logical outgrowth test and violates the APA. The court goes on to state, to ensure relative stability, we maintain the primarily injunction pending appeal that the motions panel issued on May 23, 2023, as clarified by the merits panel on May 26, 2023. This court's injunction will expire 60 days from the date of this decision, or once this district court rules on a preliminary injunction, whichever occurs first. We direct the district court to rule within 60 days. Said in the simplest terms, the Fifth Circuit Court just indicated that the plaintiffs, Firearms Policy Coalition, Maximum Defense, and Firearm Policy Coalition's individual members are likely to defeat the ATF pistol brace rule when the merits of the case are finally heard. This is a huge win for peaceable gun owners across America, and a huge win for Firearm Policy Coalition members, and yet another massive defeat for the ATF and this administration's gun control agenda. Like I said at the beginning, we don't want to count our chickens before they're hatched, because things could change at any time. But it does look like the ATF's pistol brace rule is on the edge of defeat. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. And as always, I appreciate everybody helping the channel out and helping it grow. And you guys are always crushing it by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. And I invite everybody back to watch my next video.